What's up? What's up? My back is still sore from my squat day, from the back work I done. If you're in the live, just leave a comment. Get started right away with the warm-ups. What's up, Batman? Good to see you. If you want to go watch my last short, because obviously I want to start to introduce that kind of content. Obviously it's not going to do well when it first starts on my channel because it's completely different. So it's going to take a little bit of time before my channel gets, used to that content as well. Wow, that's a really good mobility drill. Just holding that sandbag down there because it pushes your knees way forward. So it's really good for the ankles. And it's not a balancing act because the sandbag's holding you down. It's like just holding the bottom of a squat, but it's for mobility. When I do that, the first thing I do is that, just to get a little bit of movement in. But then I start now. Because what I'm going to do here is sandbag, arm work, and then some boxing. So I actually got these shoes, let's see, for my boxing stuff, and eventually I'll probably start to add kicks in again. So what I'm going to do is just go through all the movements and then move on to arms. I'm not too interested in doing a really hard workout with it today. Because obviously I'm trying to keep sort of all other volume down so I can push my squats. That reminds me, I'll have a squat video posted for tonight. Just make sure you go check that out when I post it. But once again, I've slacked on the videos. It's my own fault, but you know, it happens. I'm also doing a lot of training, you know, like walking, so it gets in the way. It's our body beat down. I honestly find to the shoulder a lot easier than just holding it up here. Maybe it's just because I'm not having to brace as hard since it's sitting on my shoulder. But it definitely feels easier than just holding it up here. Yep, so I have this down doing my arms, and I'm going to do some boxing. I also did fill my bag up with more stuff, so my boxing bag's going to be a little bit harder today, and that should feel better. And then I was saying about these shoes. The reason I got these shoes is because, you know, if you look at them, it's curved up, and that's good for, say, boxing and stuff, because it's got a hard sole, and it also means you're not going to catch your foot on the ground. I didn't realize it was going to be a yellow sole though. I think they sent the wrong one, but I don't care. It probably won't be yellow for long. Definitely find the left one harder to get it up to. Obviously that's something to do with what hand you use, you know, if you're left or right handed. This is what I think you should get next body beat down, a sandbag. You know, they're fairly cheap on Amazon, so go get one. Obviously I went for a bit more of an expensive brand because I didn't want it to break and sand go everywhere in here, but you can do yours outside. One more movement above the head, and then we'll go on to some arms. I didn't do 2 arm workouts last week. I skipped one. Well, I do 3 arm works kind of a week. I do 2 triceps on Sunday, and then today I'll do my normal arms, and then Friday I'll do arms again. So I skipped Fridays, but you know, I just really wasn't feeling like doing anything. I don't know if anyone ever feels like that. Do they sell ones that price on Amazon? There's like that's the exact prices they sell on Amazon. So just have a look on there and see, you know. Obviously it just depends on what size and brand you get. Obviously no name brands are cheaper, but they're probably going to break eventually. And obviously the sand itself is really cheap. Now what you want to do, unless you're getting expensive sand that's pre-dried in the kiln, leave it out in the sun, let it dry for a while. That's what I had to do. It took a while to dry out. Obviously, if you're looking, try to pick a bag that looks dry. Right, arms. And we'll start with fine curls. I'll actually go get my strap. So hold on. It's back being sunny again here. I really hate that weather. It's sunny, but it's also cloudy, which means it's really humid. You know, if you don't have if you didn't have the news, whatever app, that's how you tell how humid it is based on, you know, the clouds, how many clouds there are, with how warm it is. Right. Perfect. I don't need to change the camera. Hit that like button, guys. Let's push that up. How's your eyes doing, Jamie Bravo / Batman? Is it fully healed now? I believe the eyes heal pretty fast. So obviously, also said about I need to push more videos because that's where you make the money. You don't make money from ads or from live streams with ads. Really, you don't really do any. It's mainly normal videos. I remember last week I felt really weak in the biceps. I think this week I'm going to be feeling weak again. Obviously, we have our tape here to measure. No triceps today because I pushed really hard yesterday. But I know for a fact it's not worth it to do them today. So on my Friday I'll do more triceps. Nice. Daily jogs. Yeah. Jogging is very hard. You know, running slowly is a lot harder than running fast, and that's the truth to running, which is very weird to think about. But the reason is because the slower you run, the more force you're going to feel for your body. You know, your knees, you're going to feel your knees more. You know, that's just how it works. The faster you go, the less force is going down and more going forward. But that's how you improve running, is going slow. Just gonna kind of get into a smooth rhythm and try to avoid injuries. I actually had a good run this week, so I'm happy with that. Then I'll do another run on Thursday. So tomorrow is Wednesday. I'll do a walk. I think I'm gonna go for 15 kilometers tomorrow, and then Thursday I'll do a run. But as I said, I'm gonna be sore on Thursday because the walking makes your knees and all. You actually feel it, especially because I'm not used to that much walking. If you're in chat, guys, just leave a comment. If you want to ask anything, go ahead. I do think I'm probably doing a lot more training than most people would for the mountain I'm going to climb. From what I understand, a lot of people just will go on an occasional hike up a few mountains and that's it really. You know, but obviously I'm doing strength training, I did my cardio, and then I'm doing my walking. Yesterday I did hill walk, so went up, found a big hill and just walked up and down. Obviously getting the elevation in, going uphill. Going downhill is no problem because I have a lot of downhills on the course I go to run. A lot of it's downhill, so downhill movement is perfect for me, which there is a lot in whatever it is. Because the way they do it is they'll bring you up and then they'll bring you back down to the base camp areas, and then you'll go up and then down again. Every base camp is back down in elevation slightly. What's up, Jason Phelps? Nice. Depending on how I feel during my trip is basically how my holidays are going to be based around. You know, if I like it, I'll obviously try to do other things like that. I know there's ones, it's the Andes, is it? Or something in France. But that's like, you have to go actual camping yourself. I feel like that could be cool. You know, it could also be the fact that in the back movements, because the rows and stuff, which does include the bicep slightly, you know, because you're doing that, the bicep is working. And it's working with a lot of weight compared to what you'd use on arms. normal biceps now. So this is obviously the most simple move, but of the one that's going to take you the farthest. When I got. The only difference on this compared to that other curl is at the top. I'm really trying to squeeze, because a lot of movements nowadays, people don't think about squeezing the top, but it is important to do it in some form. Take these off. I don't like these using straps on like normal curls because I just feel like it's too awkward. Put them on and then take them off. Maybe if I had those like really short straps, it would be better. Okay, it's not as bad as last week, but I still do feel weak. So maybe it is something to do with the back work and the walking, What's up, Tom? So, doing arms, just a short arm workout. No triceps today because I pushed hard on them on my squat day. And then I'm going to do some boxing and test out my new shoes. I believe these are like karate shoes, like old style ones. Obviously they're not proper shoes for fighting or anything, but they feel good. It's just like a sport shoe. Better than the white ones I'm wearing here because they're very soft and just don't like them. I don't like them for the boxing. You can hear the seagulls outside. A lot of people hate seagulls, but I actually like them because they clear a lot of trash up if you think about it. People chuck food about, and the seagulls are the ones that clean it up. Instead of having like rats get it, the seagulls will eat it before the rats ever get it. So it's good. It's good like that. Seagulls are basically a rat reduction service. in the same way like a cat would go out and hunt them, but the seagull removes their food sources. What's up, Char? One more set and then we're going to do some boxing. Probably no point in actually measuring today, but we'll do it anyway. Let me try Tom 80S. Did that call it in the box? Or did the second one? Or the third one? So the first one, so you just type out their name exactly right. You don't put at or anything. What's up, Silverback? Yeah, I can't see a box for other people. There we go. We figured out Tom's problem. How are you, Silver? So I'm going to do some boxing after this next set, Silver. So if you want to stick around, and I do need to buy some boxing. I remember Hero Aesthetics told me something about when I do my duck. I think it's like he said, bend your knees and like that instead of going like. I'm not used to bending my knees in that position. So that's what I'm going to be practicing, is that duck. And just take it kind of easy. So move this over here. Then we also need to move the bench out of the way. I might need to move the camera somewhere as well. Maybe I'll put it on the bench. But then the bench isn't even now. I think I put it on there. And I'll lift this up. Sometimes I just get in the way. Right, let's get the boxing bag up. So I did fill it with more stuff, so up here is a lot harder again, so it should feel nice. The only problem is it's going to fall off the hook every so often. And we can just use this. I should probably just cut this in half. Put that there. And then don't want this on the concrete. Put that there. So that means it comes back. Oh, you can't even see it. I wasn't pointing at the camera. But yeah. So I have that's hooked up here. So when I push it, it comes back. See from here? I think that's okay. That might be all right. Maybe not. I don't know. Well, I try to avoid that window there because it blurs the whole thing out. So, move the water. What do you think, guys? Let me see, because I'll be here. I don't think it's got me in the shot. I'll have to put you somewhere else. Yeah, not in the shot. I'll let me flip the camera like that, so I can actually see where it's pointing. And just there we go, like that. It's a bit wobbly, but it shouldn't fall over. Okay, it's slightly not. Let me. I think this might be better. There we go. Perfect. Just like that. So you can see. Oof. Where did I set my foot? That should be good enough. Let me put the shoes on. Sorry, I have my back to you guys now. It's actually the first time putting these on, so they probably won't feel comfortable. There's probably like a specific way I meant to tie these as well. There we go. Now I have to figure out where I put my stuff. Still watching, guys? Let's get some boxing in. So, as I said, I'll practice that duck. Oh, it is really hard to, get better on your own if you don't actually know what you're doing. Let me see. Let me reload this because the comments weren't showing. Let's see. So, boxing gloves on. So I'm going to try to practice what the guy told me to do. So it was. going to take time for me to learn. Yes, here we go. I'm going to just move this around. If I'm doing it right. Because I assume I throw this, throwing this and going down, and then I throw this up and going down again, or is it it's really awkward trying to learn. I need to take my glasses off. I think maybe I'm doing it backwards. Or maybe I should only practice with one punch. Okay. I think I'm understanding it now. Kick it. I don't do kicks. I haven't practiced them. I'm just trying to practice doing, you know. Trying to learn. Just trying to learn how to do the duck and weave. See, the problem is, go down like that. Okay. See, that's wrong. That's what I'm doing before. Just leaning forward. Maybe I'm just trying to go too low. Maybe I'm not meant to go that low when doing this. Anyway, that's enough of that. Let's do some normal stuff. So obviously, that's going to be the first thing I practice in my sessions now for boxing. Because it's pretty important to be being able to dodge. that, you have to dodge that falling down. That's what I was saying before. That falls off the hook. Where is it? It is up right here. I don't know. Trying to really land with the knuckle, not with the finger knuckles. So let me just try to practice that. Fuck. It's hard to practice. See, let me show you. What I'm doing is, I seem to be hitting with these rather than the knuckles. Like I'm hitting, but that's what's hitting first. Could be just what's wrong, just to shoot off my gloves. That's it. It's much better. So what I changed there was, instead of going like that, I'm going. So the elbow's coming up like, rather than like a row. Instead of rowing, I'm pulling like that. Where you grip your thumb on your index finger. I don't know what you mean by that. Yeah, bare knuckle, I don't know if you, bare knuckle is very different than boxing. If you're thinking of bare knuckle. Much better. Much better. I'm actually really happy. I think I figured something out. Oh. I'm tired now. How do you mean? Like this? But you can't do that in a glove. Because look, my index finger is way in here, and that would just break my thumb if I punch like that. And you're not meant to close your hand until impact. You know, your hand's open until right before impact, and then you close. That's me done, guys. Peace out.